So, hey, good afternoon. We're the Cola Guys. I'm David.
And I'm George.
We are joined this afternoon with our good friend. This is Cynthia Giles. She is the owner and CEO of Cutthroat Marketing here in Columbia, South Carolina. They are an award-winning marketing firm here in our state. Cynthia is also a very good friend of ours personally through the Greater Irmo Chamber of Commerce and even outside of that. So welcome to the podcast.
The Coal Guys isn't your average real estate podcast.
Our mission is to give buyers and sellers the power of knowledge through their real estate transactions.
We do this by helping first-time homebuyers realize that there are more expenses that come with owning a home than just the loan.
We also understand there are many times move-up buyers and sellers have forgotten the process because it's been so long since their last real estate transaction.
We make the downsizing easy.
Once you get into the habit of working with us, the process becomes so smooth you won't mind to move.
We are also excited to share with you what all the Midlands has to offer.
This episode is brought to you by Dick Dyer Mercedes-Benz, the first Mercedes-Benz in South Carolina.
Cloud is your password to save it all in the first place secure. And that's where I'd have to tell you to kind of look. I can't just say yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll follow up that with saying, a lot of people jump on public Wi-Fi sites. They go to Starbucks. They're in a college dorm, or they, come to a place like the Chamber and they need internet access. What all can be seen if someone has access to those systems about what you're doing?
So the general public isn't going to be able to see very much, but if you are on a public Wi-Fi access and someone is really bored and has nothing better to do with themselves, they could probably look at what you're doing. Again, it comes to the security of your device to begin with, but without getting too technical, if you're at Starbucks, don't log into your bank. Especially if you're on public Wi-Fi. Like if you're sitting at Starbucks and you're drinking a drink, why are you logging into your bank anyway? Like wait until you're at home. And that's my biggest piece of advice is just don't file for a new social security card on public Wi-Fi. Don't register for your house or a mortgage loan on public Wi-Fi at Starbucks. And if you need to, go to the library and do it on the library on their hardwired computer, and just make sure you clear the browser history out before you leave, because that's a hardwired computer and it's not something most people are going to be able to just track what you're doing. But it comes to just pay attention to what you're doing on that public Wi-Fi.
Gotcha.
Once someone gets into your social media account, what is the process of getting your account back, if any?
Oh gosh. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. Your your personal profile can be hacked because it has a password associated with it. If someone hacks your personal profile, then usually you have to go through support at Facebook to get it back. If they have hacked it completely where they've taken your email address off of the account, then you have to submit your driver's license as proof of who you are. Otherwise, you can usually just reset the password. So it comes to how fast you find the hack and how deep they were able to get into it. If you are a business and your business has been hacked, it's actually a little bit more of a loaded question. And what you have to look at was one of the profiles accounts, one of the admin accounts associated with your business hacked? Because if they were, then you have to start there. If it was the business directly, then chances are that you are going to lose that business and not get it back. I've only had this happen once, and someone hacked into a business account through a profile, changed the profile password, got into the business, removed all of the admins, stole the credit card, and then removed himself as an admin. So this business was there with no admin associated with it, and Facebook would not give access to anybody else because there was no admin to give it to. So that business just sits there as a standalone structure that does not have anyone associated with it.
Yeah. So you mentioned reaching out to Facebook. So I've been dealing with a family member that has been going through this process. They had their personal profile completely taken over, and there's no phone number to call Facebook. It all has to be done through chat, and it's kind of frustrating. Mm-hmm. So do you have any advice to that frustrated person who's lost control of their profile and are frustrated with the process of trying to recover it because they just don't seem to get anywhere.
Set a better password.
Yes.
I know that doesn't help the people right now, but everyone in your family should go change their password to something more secure. Unfortunately, it comes down to identity, right? So you have to prove who you are to bots. And the bots don't think for themselves. They think off of the programming we've put in place. And so if you don't hit every single box, if you don't mark every I and cross every T, then the bot is going to say you did this wrong and you got to reject it back. There are people that can help with this. So if it gets to the point where they never get it back, and it's just a round and around and around, they might have to look at paying someone professionally to help, just because that's the way Facebook works. There is a higher level of support you can get with that. But my recommendation is to go and make sure your password is more secure. And just have a separate password for your social media accounts from everything else, and make sure it is secure, and stop filling out the quizzes. No one cares what you ate for Christmas 10 years ago.
We really can't thank you enough for your time today, Cynthia. If you could just share how people could get into contact with you if they are in need of marketing help, that'd be great.
Okay. Yes, you can reach me at cutthroatmarketing.com. That's cutthroatmarketing.com. Or you can always come to the chamber. I'm usually at every single Irmer Chamber event because it's my family. So,
thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us here today. Again, we're the Call Guys. If you need us, any real estate needs, you can reach George and I at the exit Palmetto, or through the New Horizons team. You can just text New Horizons to 85377. So thank you for joining us today to talk about internet safety. I know it's something you're passionate about, so we appreciate your time.
thank